Good evening and thank you for joining us. Jack, the Lakeland Rustlers men's basketball team, what can you say? They're perfect and they were fantastic last year and this year.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. They were great last year and this year 8-0. We have a story on why they're doing so good coming up in sports.
Right. Unbelievable. And Gerard, I heard a rumor that I'm going to be barbecuing tomorrow.
It might be true. You get your gloves out yet?
Well, you know, I could do it. It doesn't matter. You know, 4 degrees. I don't know. I could probably do it.
It's manageable. Yeah.
You got some warmer air that's coming in. That's a good part of it, certainly. So maybe we should start on that, all right? Let's deal with what we got through today. We'll save the good news for the second segment, all right? -11 is where we've been sitting at since about 4 o'clock or thereabouts. The wind chills earlier on in the day, -29 to -20. That's been the general story across the region. The winds have been east-southeast, sometimes just out of the southeast, anywhere from about 5, sometimes getting into the 20s. But that's basically what we've been looking at. And across the region, too, a mix of sun and cloud, maybe a bit more cloudy in Cold Lake and area today. What we're dealing with tonight is that as we head towards morning, actually, and as Jacob hinted to, the temperatures are going to bump on up a little bit as some warmer air is coming in from the southwest. But we'll get the details of all of that in the second segment.
With rumblings of an Alberta provincial election on the horizon, the PC party held its MLA nomination elections over the weekend. In the Bonnyville-Cold Lake constituency, Ginny Alescu was looking to hold on to her position, and as Clayton Brown explains, it was never really in doubt.
Voters were loud and clear on Saturday as they took to the polls and voted in favor of Genya Alescu over Jean Sobolewski, 897 to 146.
It was an early Christmas present. So thank you to Bonnyville-Cold Lake for the best Christmas present a girl could ask for.
Earlier on, I recognized that it was going to be a tough go, but more importantly, the electorate in the constituency needed to have a bit of a voice.
Alescu says her main priority right now is working to improve the availability of senior housing throughout the region.
Seniors both in Bonnyville, Cold Lake, Glendon deserve to have senior housing, and so things are on the way.
In the past, voter turnout has been a concern in the constituency, but both Alescu and Sobolewski say they were impressed with the number of people who showed up at the polls.
We had almost double the votes that came out for the leadership race. And my community came out, whether it was in Bonnyville or Glendon or Cold Lake, they came out and supported me, and I'm very thankful to them.
Cold Lake came out and made the effort to make their voices known, and that happened again in Bonnyville, and it also happened in Glendon and the whole region. So it's very impressive, and I'm very proud of that.
Next for the PCs is preparing for the provincial election, which is expected sometime in the spring. In Cold Lake, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
It's an annual tradition that's raised thousands over the years. The Maidstone Red Hat Society's Festival of Trees is in full swing, auctioning off tons of Christmas goodies, all for a good cause. Lauren Pullen has the story.
It's a sea of red here at the Maidstone Health Complex. The annual Festival of Trees has officially kicked off, all thanks to a group of ladies with some pretty fancy hats.
We wanted to do something beautiful, something that brought people joy, and we said, hey, let's do a festival of trees. Here we are, 4 years later.
And over the past 4 years, the festival has done nothing but grow. Last year, it raised over $13,000 through its silent auction. 6 Christmas trees are up for bid this year, ranging from a Battle of Alberta NHL theme to a tree full of baked goodies.
They baked gingerbread cookies for days and days and days, and then they shellacked them, so they're not edible. Put it all together, and if you've got a little kid, it'd be a great tree to have for a young family, I think so.
And trees are just the beginning.
We have everything. We've got nativity sets. We have clocks that chime every hour. Trees, of course, because it's a festival of trees. It's amazing what people donate.
The festival runs until this Saturday at the Maidstone Health Complex, and it's free to come check out.
Just come on out and have a look, get a bid number, put a bid down, and definitely come back on Saturday because Saturday is our wind-up day, and we're having entertainment, and there'll be a bar, and the last bids are done at 8 o'clock, so if you want something, come down here, stand beside your bid.
The Maidstone Red Hatters have raised over $30,000 since the festival began 4 years ago. All the money from the silent auction goes towards this local health complex and the Pine Island Lodge. Lauren Pullen, Newcap News.
At today's lunch meeting, local Rotarians got to hear some exciting news from ADM. The company is planning on building a new biodiesel facility in Lloydminster that will help connect local producers to global markets. As Peter Quinlan explains, there are countless benefits from the project.
Canola growers across our region will soon have more help connecting with international markets.
ADM does a real good job at connecting the harvest to the home, and so again taking the crops that the producers produce and then taking those into markets.
Today, local Rotarians got a first-hand look at how the building of a new biofuel plant in Lloydminster will create new options for farmers.
The more markets that producers have for their canola seed, then the more value there is in that canola seed.
In addition to helping farmers, this project will draw more people into the area.
During the construction phase of the project, that we estimate that about 100 people will be employed, and then once the facility is operational and commissioned, that about 12 jobs going forward.
Montalvo says the benefits of this new facility will be long-term.
Adding a new product into what we do there brings value to the existing facility as well. So again, makes for a more sustainable and longer-term business in the community.
Construction of the biodiesel plant will start early in the new year and is expected to open in 2013. Peter Quinlan, Newcap News.